Hey everyone, welcome back to the Beehive Buzz. I'm Lisa, I'm the Queen Bee, and we're back for another video. So if you like quilting, camping, and all kinds of family fun, stick around. We just got back from another camping trip. In case you hadn't figured out from watching my channel, we like to go camping, and I just realized the lighting is not good here. I'd like to say it's a cloudy day, but it's more hazy from the Canadian fire smoke that's coming down our way today. I don't think it'll last very long. It doesn't look like it. Just where I am, we just happen to be blessed to be in the middle of the swath that's coming down from the western part of Canada and scooping down across um, our country. Uh, it's not a very wide swath right now, but we just happen to be situated where it comes down and scoops around. We're like in Pennsylvania, the north, um, central north Pennsylvania, and we're just like right in the spot where that air current comes down. So if there's smoke, if we get any haze, we're right in the prime spot to receive it, bizarrely enough. But we can drive in any direction, probably less than an hour, and we won't even see it. So, yeah, which makes it interesting because I was going to go out for a run this morning and I was looking at the air going, I think I'll skip that and go for a walk later because I have asthma, but it's not horrible. Like I don't usually have to use my inhaler, but when there's smoke in the air, I'm trying to be a little more careful. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So, okay. Anyway, let's get back to the fun stuff, and that's sewing. You can see behind me, I have completed the Sew Sweet Cotton Cuts Mystery Puzzle quilt thing from a year ago. I finally finished that right before we went camping, and I am loving it. I haven't sandwiched it. Obviously, it's on my design wall. But the thing that I like about the cotton cuts is that the pieces they're already pre-cut and you can get right to the fun stuff, which for me is the sewing. And the clues are very well written. You just got to make sure you read them carefully. Like somebody might not have read one clue carefully and then realize halfway through, oh, that's not right. I need to rip everything out. So, hey, that happens, right? No biggie. And what you see over here, this is an anvil block, and this is a double disappearing 9-patch block, which I've never done before. So what these are for is just every month in the online quilt guild I'm in, we have a block to do. And I am using the Fat Quarter Pack So Good. It's by Deborah Fisher, Wyndham Fabrics, and it's got all these really fun colors in it. So usually I don't do black backgrounds, but I really like that. So this is so good. And the background fabric is by Moda, and it's got these little swirly things on it, and it just looks like stitching lines to me. Like if you're quilting, that's what it looks like. So I thought it was kind of cute because the fabric's got things like buttons and pins and scissors, and so it's all this sewing theme. So obviously we're only 2 months in. And the 9-patch was supposed to be either a 4-patch or a 9-patch, and I wasn't content with that, so I did a double disappearing 9-patch. When I first finished it, it was quite a bit smaller than the anvil block, and what I did was just add a very thin black border around the block to get it up to size, and I'm calling it a floating double disappearing 9-patch. Hey, it's my quilt. I get to do what I want, right? So the next thing I'm working on is another Cotton Cuts mystery puzzle quilt from last fall, which obviously I'm behind on that. It is the Piazza, depends on where you're from, quilt, and I'm doing the small size, and it's Duomo. I hope I'm saying that right. I teach Spanish, so that looks like a Spanish word to me, or an Italian word anyway. And I'm about, I think, 6 clues in out of 10. So I'm hoping to finish that top before our next camping trip in August. But I'm whatever. If I don't finish, I don't finish it because I have other things I want to do as well. So the other thing I did get done was this top here. I finished this and I really like the pattern. This square neckline, it was a little tedious. Predictably, it was tedious. And that's okay. I didn't have a problem with that. What I had a problem with is even though I sized down in the chest area, because I always have this problem. I'm somewhat narrow shouldered, so I always have to go like a size down in the shoulders and then scale up to the other sizes that I should be. That's not a problem. It's just when I bought the pattern, I bought the size large through extra large, and I should have gotten the one that was medium through extra large, and I'm not sure what I was thinking. This is a very flowy blouse. There's no reason why I couldn't have gone down. I could have used a medium in the square neckline, okay? So this, when I got done with it, was literally falling off my shoulders. Like, even with the tank top, I had a white tank top under it. It was still just coming right off, and it was driving me crazy, and I haven't worn yet. So no kidding, as we were finishing hooking up the trailer and everybody was using the bathroom one time, I did one quick alteration to bring it all in. And what I did, I'll show you, is here, you see these little diagonals? Now they don't look as tidy as they did because what I did was bring it, just sew it in about, I don't know, about not quite an inch, about 3/4 of an inch. You can see I just went on the diagonal across, and that brought in the corners. I did it on all 4 corners. So I tried it on, and while it's still not as narrow as I like it, I don't think it's going to fall off my shoulders now. So yeah, I know I haven't worn it yet, and everyone wants to see a picture of it on, which I will hopefully get this week. I'm planning on wearing it tomorrow. My husband and my daughter and I are going out tomorrow for the day. So, but I got to tell you, this fabric, I love it. It is very soft, and it was super easy to work with. I do like this pattern. I like the flowy sleeves. Typically in the heat, I don't like anything tight on. I mean, you can see I'm wearing a tank top today, and but I like the looks of the square neck. Now, I know there's a lot of debate about square necks and body shape and all that, but every so often I do like to wear a square neck. I'm more of a V-neck person. Hello. Oh, and I did put a tag in here. It says, "This took me forever to make. Heavy praise is greatly appreciated." So I put that right in there. And I did tack this all the way around. I did all of that by hand. Some people are like, if I have to do handwork on my garments, I'm not making them. Handwork doesn't bother me, so I actually kind of like it. All right, so that's this done. I think what I'm going to do with this bulky, I'm sorry, I was going to show you this before. This bulky bit right here, after I try it on and I'm satisfied with it, I'm going to cut some of this excess off and then zigzag both sides of the seam allowance on each of those corners just to secure it and flatten it out a little bit. But there's still a few things to do. Okay, so the next thing on my garment list, which I'm hoping to get the pattern put together, are the K-pants by Love Notions. So I'm not a big fan of printing out my own patterns and then putting them together, but I love these K-pants, and I didn't want to send it out to a PDF plotter because to me that defeats the purpose of paying for paying the cheaper price for like a $5 pattern, and then you got to pay however much to have it printed. I'll probably do that at some point, but I was impatient. So I printed up the pattern. I haven't put it together. I plan to get it all put together today and trace it. I have tracing paper, and I will just trace out the pattern pieces because I have a feeling I'm going to really like these. But for my first, excuse me, I got goop in my eye. For my first go at it, I'm going to be using this fabric here. So this is basically a cotton sheet that I got at the thrift store for like $2. And there's a ton of it. I mean, this goes on and on. There's all these layers. I could probably make 2 or 3 pairs of pants and still have some left over. I even have, if I want to do cutesy pockets and match all the I've got the pillowcase, so I can always use that as extra. It's nice and light. It's cotton. It will be nice on a cooler night if we're sitting out at the fire, or a cooler day and I'm out and about. I'm really looking forward to that. So that's kind of the next thing on my list. I have done a little shopping, and while we were camping, we did some fun stuff, and I'm just going to insert a clip of something fun we did here. Hey guys, so we're at Letchworth, and we have been here for a few days enjoying the pool. Today was kind of overcast, and we had tickets to go on this railroad ride in Arcade in Attica, New York. It's a vintage train. That's actually what it looks like. It was really cool. I thought it was fun. I think the guys were a little bored. I think because, it's a vintage train, so, the windows had to be open. There's no air conditioning. They do have heat for in the winter because they have some things in the winter and fall that they, special rides that they do. But, so it made it hard to talk. So it was hard to talk and hear each other. So I think the guys didn't appreciate that too much. But we just did that. And then on our way out of town, I saw a quilt shop and talked my guys into stopping for a few minutes. It is, let's see if I can get focus, man. Creekside Fabrics, Quilts and Yarn. It's a cute little quilt shop. And I got, this is all Moda fabric. So this taupe color kind of goes with, you can see that there. And I just fell in love with this orange with that. So I'm going to make a 3-year quilt out of this. And I went, look at the teals and those beautiful bluey greens and the orange. It's just so pretty. I don't have anything like that. So it'll be fun to have a throw quilt like that. So we got back to the camper, and I was getting ready to put stuff away. And remember what I just said. I don't have any colors like that in a quilt. Ta-da! Am I an idiot or what? This quilt that I have in our camper, I made out of teals and oranges and grays. Well, at least I'm consistent, right? So this was just a quilt along type thing several years ago. I think it was, I don't remember who was doing it. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, so I guess I like those colors. So this that was cracked me up when I got in the camper and saw the quilt on the bed. I went, oh, yeah, all right. Some days I wonder if my brain is just totally melted down from life. So the train goes from Arcade to Attica. After the fact, when we got back, I was talking to we had a family video chat on Sunday, and I was telling my parents and kids who were on the video chat about it. And I couldn't remember if it went from Attica to Arcade or Arcade. It doesn't really matter for those of you who don't live in the area. It's not going to mean a thing. But it was a lot of fun. And like I think I said in the video that it wasn't so much about the scenery, because the scenery looks a lot like where we live. I mean, we have very similar type of farmlands and woodsy areas and trees and a lot of greenery. So to us, it was just like, it looks like home. But the fun was being on that vintage train, which was really cool. So some very small sewing haul that I've done over the last month or so. I went to Joann's because I was looking for backing for this. And I found this fabric here. Now, from here, it looks like it will work. But this color here is way, way different color burgundy than what's in the quilt. And when I bought it, it was on clearance. So I was like, even if it doesn't match perfectly, I will use it for something. I really love this gingham with these little stars. It's just so cute. They could almost be interpreted. Actually, I think they're not stars. They're little leaves. They're little leaves. I don't know if you can see that. Isn't that adorable? And I got, I think, 2 and a third, whatever was left on the bolt, that's what I got. At this point, I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for. It's going to go in the stash, and I might actually design a quilt top around it because I really like this for the backing. It's really cute. I also got this, ooh, sorry, didn't mean to bump you, stretch velour. It is beautiful. It was also on clearance at Joann's. Do I know what I'm going to use it for? No, no clue. So instead of using that gingham that I just showed you for the back of that quilt, I picked this up on Etsy. It's Riley Blake, and it's this goldfish color. Now you can't see it in the quilt, but there's some of this lighter orange in some of the pumpkins here. So I think I'm going to use this as the back and then use a dark color. The color for the binding is like a darker brown color. That's, you can kind of see it. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but it will tie it all in nicely. But I just fell in love. I should have gotten the darker orange, I guess. You know how it is when you buy fabric online. It's sometimes hard to tell just exactly how. And this is pretty close to what I saw, what it looked like online. I thought it was going to be a hair darker. I think I'm being a little too picky. This is going to be the backing, and that's all there is to it. I just love this. It's just so happy and cheerful. It'll be great on the back of the quilt. All right. If you have never signed up or seen the daily deals at Missouri Star Quilt Company, you need to check them out because, well, I probably shouldn't check them out because this is how I get in trouble. But with their bundling package, you can do really well with shipping and whatnot. So right before we went camping, I might have seen a couple things. This was the big thing. I think it was around $13 because it was on the daily deal, and it's ergonomic. I'm just thrilled to try it out. I've always wanted to try one of these, and it was on sale for, like, I don't know, like I said, I think it was a little bit, $12.75 or something like that, the one day for the daily deal. And I was like, oh yes, please. And then as part of the bundle, I also got this cute little nesting little things, which I just am psyched about. I think I might use this one for my EPP kit, and this one, I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but we'll figure it out. Trust me, it's not going to go to waste. So those were also on one of the daily deals, and I put that in the bundle. And then we had to leave for camping, which was probably just as well. So I think that's all I have to share with you today. We're here, we're back. Our next camping trip will be August 2nd through August 12th, and that will be the last one of the season because I go back to work about 2 weeks after that. This summer has gone by so fast. I thought it was going to be slower after the wedding stuff got done, but it's just been rolling. You know, the saying is that you can never get enough, there's never enough time to do all the nothing you want. Now, I don't think that sewing and quilting and doing things like that creatively are doing nothing. I think they're important for our mental health and for expression, so I consider it time well spent. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you have a chance to do some sewing, do something creative. I hope that the air is clear and gorgeous where you are. And this is the Queen Bee buzzing off.